Morning! It is currently about 6:10 in the morning. We're up, we're ready, gonna go get our puppy today. So we're just literally packing the car and I thought I would introduce this video. We're about to pick her up and I wanted to share it with you guys. I hope you enjoy. We're here!
Woohoo.
We just pulled up. I'm so excited. Oh my god. Are you excited?
I'm excited.
So I thought I would talk to you guys about touch desensitization. So when you have a puppy, when they're sleeping in particular, is a really good time to give them a little stroke, a little poke, a little feel in different areas, gets them used to being washed, being felt by the vet, being checked over, which is obviously really important for your dog's health. So I'm giving her ears a little stroke. I even got my finger in her ear, I got in between her paws, and she was really relaxed about it. She had a little grumble at some point, but it didn't, she didn't snap, she didn't really wake up. And that's just really important, that you get your pet used to being touched. So, thought I would just do a breakdown of what happened, because it's been really stressful, so stressful. So Mabel's been absolutely brilliant, like so good. She's golden, she's settled in really well. It's like she's been here forever. Couldn't ask any more of her really. We picked her up at about 10 o'clock. We drove back home. It was about 3.5 hours. She slept pretty much the whole way, but it was absolutely boiling in the car. We had a cooling mat, we had water with the aircon on. But bless her, it was really hot. But she was fine. Like, she was a bit panty, but nothing cray. Got home, ate her lunch okay. Was really playful, really settling in, all fine. Then it came to the evening. We're deciding to crate train, so we put her in a crate. We decided to just set the precedent, put her in a crate, go up to bed, see how she reacts. She's been in a crate most of her life, so we thought, see how she is. She whined for about 5 or 10 minutes and then stopped and went to sleep. So we thought, all good, just keep the doors open, keep an ear out for her. Then she whined at about 1 a.m. So that was now Sunday morning, 1 a.m. So I went downstairs and she'd been sick everywhere, bless her, all on her blankets and everything. So, I mean, I thought she might have been to the toilet, that's why she was whining, but she's so good with going to the toilet. She's only had a few little tiny accidents, but nearly every time she's gone outside, and she's gone to the door as well to tell us, so she's been brilliant with that. So I was a bit surprised walking down the stairs and she'd been sick, and I thought, oh, maybe it's the heat, maybe it's stress, maybe it's, you know, we've been giving her a couple of treats that she's maybe not had before. I cleaned her up, put a pad in there in case she was sick again, put a towel in there, left her. She was up again at 3 a.m, but just for a wee. But then she was up again at 5:30, sick everywhere again. So I stayed downstairs with her on the sofa. About half an hour later, sick again. So we decided to leave her breakfast for a few hours, let her tummy settle, gave her a little tiny bit of a breakfast within an hour or so, sick again. And pretty much all of Sunday, she was being sick after she ate. She wasn't keeping any food down at all, no matter what we gave her. We tried tiny bits of scrambled egg, we tried tiny bits of chicken and rice, just nothing would stay down. But she was fine in herself. She wasn't lethargic, she was happy, wagging, she was running around the garden. She's just on my lap, she's dreaming, she's having a little dream. She's absolutely fine. So we were a bit torn what to do. Family was sort of saying, you know, don't go to the out of hours vets if she's, you know, happy in herself, she's hungry, she's drinking water. But as time went on and she still hadn't kept anything down, we were just sort of getting a bit upset and thought that we would bite the bullet and take her to the out of hours vets, because she's only 8 weeks old, she's teeny tiny, she could get dehydrated very quickly and become very poorly. And also it could have been a sign that she's eaten something she shouldn't have. We've not left her unattended at all, apart from when she's in a crate. But she does love grass. She loves the grass, and she doesn't try to eat it, she just likes ripping it up. And we've got bark in our flower beds, and that was a big mistake because she loves the bark, but she's quite good at dropping it when we're trying to teach her leave it, and she's sort of getting the hang of it. And she's so excited to come over to you that she never kind of runs away with it at the moment, but easily could have swallowed something like that that's upset her stomach. Yeah, we decided to take her to the vets about 8:30. We got there for 9. It was an unusual vet that we've registered at because it was out of hours. Because of coronavirus, we had to wait in the car for 2 hours because there were lots of cases coming in. I suppose a bit like a dog at like a vet A&E, because, you know, if you go to A&E you have to wait. So we waited in the car for 2 hours. The vet came out. We weren't allowed in with her at all, which was devastating. You know, it's her first day with us, scary change anyway, and we had to just kind of hand her over. But the vet was absolutely lovely. So we handed her over, couldn't even take a blanket in or anything because they're not allowed to take belongings. And the vet said, I'll just have a little feel of her, a little check over, and then I'll give you a call to have a chat. So we stayed in the car. It was nearly an hour before she called us because she had other things going on. And we kind of explained everything, and she said that she couldn't be 100% sure what it was unless we were willing to admit her overnight, and for her to do lots of tests, which would include sedating Mabel to do the tests because she's a puppy, she's wriggly, she won't sit still. And that would have cost us thousands of pounds up front, which we don't have. Before she sort of said anything, she said, if you're willing to wait, if you're willing to pay for a couple of tests, I'll do a blood test and I'll try and do an x-ray. Oh my God, look. She is so cute. Anyway, so they did a blood test and they couldn't do an x-ray because she was just fine in herself. She was bouncing around. The vet said she was lovely. They didn't do an x-ray. I'm being interrupted by her now. She's still going. Yeah, so the vet said she was sort of too bouncy to do an x-ray, so they did an ultrasound instead. The vet said all the bloods came back clear. It wasn't parvovirus or anything like that. She wasn't dehydrated, luckily, which is a miracle, really, thinking about how much she was sick. Ultrasound wasn't 100% because these things aren't when they're a little puppy and they're awake. But couldn't see anything, couldn't feel anything, and basically said she couldn't tell us what was wrong, but because those tests had come back clear, she was happy to give her an anti-sickness injection and send her home with some sensitive food. So we've got this kind of wet food, which is kind of like a paste, which has gone down quite well with her, so that's good. And that has helped, luckily. Oh my God, we sat in the car, we were both just like, I was crying, Ben was so stressed out. We just had to wait there. We were there for about 4 hours, just not knowing what she was going to say or what was wrong with Mabel, and you hear all these horror stories, so we were just beside ourselves. And then obviously on top of that, we're worrying about money because it's like luckily it was £500 up front, which isn't horrendous. We've scraped that together basically to pay for it, and it has helped, so it was worth it in my eyes. And she's been fine since. She's been absolutely fine. She's been to the toilet fine. There's been no sick. She's eating fine. She's playing okay. Last night she was okay in a crate, but I slept on the sofa just in case anything, she was poorly in the night or anything. But she wasn't. So she's been an absolute dream since.